Coming at you with a video about the overclocking the Msi R9 380 4G. Now, as you can see or whatever. Alright, this is my current overclock. I just got done playing a game, so the card is sitting at 60 Celsius, which my card always stays in the 60s when I got it overclocked. Sometimes it likes to creep up there, maybe 71 or 72, and then jump back down to 60. It jumps around the 60s and maybe 72 sometimes, but most of the time it stays in the 60s. Jumps around in the 60s. But anyway, you can see it right here, the line or whatever of time. Let's see if I can show it. How it was just bouncing around in the 60s. But yeah, this is my overclock. Well, don't pay attention to this overclock. This overclock, I'm still playing around with it. Sometimes it's stable, sometimes it's not. So I'm still playing around with a 1160 on the core, and I never touch memory. I always leave memory at 1500. You can leave it at stock and it still wouldn't change. Memory speed, I've noticed, has not increased FPS whatsoever. So this is my normal overclock. As you can see, core voltage 50 plus 50, power limit plus 10, and 1140 on the core, and then 1500 on the memory. But anyway, the fans are not even going right now, so let's just cool it down. Cooling it down. If you have this card, you know that the card, I don't know if it's just my card or what, but the fans will never start up unless you're playing a game or it gets to a certain temperature. So if you stop playing a game, the fans will just turn off or whatever. Every time I stop playing a game, the fans just turn off. They don't cool the card down to no temps. As soon as I stop the game, the fans stop, and it leaves it at whatever temperature that it was on. For some reason, it doesn't cool the card down to ambient temperatures after playing a game before shutting off. So every time I start a game, they'll turn on, and then when I stop it, it'll just shut off and just leave the temps wherever the game was at. But anyway, this is the overclock I got right now, 1140. Now this is stable. I've been running this overclock for a couple of months since I got the card. I overclocked it to 1140. Now I noticed one thing. At first, when I overclocked it to this, it wasn't stable, and then after a while, it stabled itself out. It never, I don't know what it was, but after I kept testing on this 1140, it stabled out and it never crashes out anymore. At first it did, but yeah, after I kept testing it and playing games, I guess the card just got used to it. I don't know. But yeah. But anyway, this is the overclock I'm testing right now. I've been running this overclock for about a week. Sometimes it'll crash out a game, sometimes it won't. But for the past, I want to say 3 days, it hasn't crashed out any game. So I think this overclock has become stable. I don't know why my freaking memory jumped up to 1530, but let's bring that back down. I noticed overclocking memory what makes the card crash. Anything past 1500 on memory makes the card crash for me. I don't know what that is, but yeah. Keep if you really just, I don't know how you would explain. Just don't muss with memory clock. After 1500, it does nothing. It doesn't do. I don't even think it increases FPS at 1500. So you could just leave it as stock, and it still wouldn't do anything. Memory clock, I want to say, does not matter. It really doesn't. Not that I've seen, but I just like having that 1500 just for the sake of having it at 1500. But if you want to get the gains, it's in the core. Increase core. But I don't. Okay, back that down. But yeah, at this overclock, core at 60, plus 60, power limit at plus 11. And yeah, I guess that's my overclocking guide of the MSI R9 380 4GB. I don't know if overclocking varies between card to card, so but mine is doing pretty well. I was thinking about testing 1170 after if this overclock that I have now that I'm playing with 1160 stays stable for another week, then I'll probably try to bump it up to 1165 or 1170. See how far it goes before even increasing core voltage just doesn't matter anymore, and it won't overclock. So 1160 is what I'm testing right now, but 1140 is flawless. 1140 is flawless on my card. It's used to 1140, but I'm testing 1160 right now. So yeah, if you need help or anything like that, I will try to help you as best as I can. But that's all I have right now. I think I'm gonna just make this a series of overclocking this card. So I guess I'm gonna just name this a part 1. All right, I'm out. Peace.